So today, we're going to dive into a really unique piece of experimental fiction called the Collision Matrices. It uses this strange, kind of brilliant new idea to take a really sharp look at our own world, especially, the absurdities of modern work.
The book kicks off with a feeling that is, I think, painfully familiar to a lot of us. We meet this character, Marcus Tesler, and he is just completely stuck. He's an employee caught in this impossible logical loop at his job. Imagine a spreadsheet cell that references itself, right? But get this, fixing it is against the rules, and not fixing it is also against the rules. It is the ultimate bureaucratic nightmare.
But here's the first big twist. What if this whole situation isn't a bug? What if the system isn't broken at all? The novel proposes something way more chilling, that the system is actually working perfectly, that it's designed specifically to prevent any conclusion from ever being reached.
So his boss, a vice president, actually explained it to him. She says the entire point of the company is its own self-perpetuation. They don't make products, they produce the need for their own existence through these endless, unsolvable problems. And it really makes you wonder, right? How do you even begin to understand a world built on a foundation like that? What does it even mean to work in a place where the only product is its own necessity?
Well, to unlock this corporate madness, the book gives us a key. It's a groundbreaking idea called a collision matrix. So what is a collision matrix? It's not just a simple blend of ideas. The key word here is collision. It takes these different historical figures, thinkers, scientists, artists, and it smashes their core philosophies together to create a brand new hybrid consciousness that has to somehow live and work in our world. Okay, so this is where it gets really cool. This slide breaks down exactly how it works. You can see the formula right here. Our guy Marcus Tesler is a collision of the mathematician Kurt Gödel, the author Franz Kafka, and the artist M.C. Escher. So you combine Gödel's ideas about incompleteness with Kafka's soul-crushing bureaucracy and Escher's impossible looping staircases, and what do you get? You get Marcus, an employee whose entire job is a paradox.
And Marcus is just the beginning. The novel uses this incredible concept to create a whole cast of characters, and through them it explores these fascinating and often kind of terrifying themes about our reality, our work, and yeah, even our own identities.
The book even lays out the rules of this corporate world, and they're just razor-sharp satire. I mean, think about this one. Readiness implies completion. We don't complete, we approach. That is a perfect description of those endless projects that never ever truly finish. Or my personal favorite, every solution creates the problem it was meant to solve. It's absurd, but it feels unnervingly close to home, doesn't it?
And the people who live in this world are just as brilliantly absurd as its rules. Take Hermann Voss. He's the product of a pessimistic philosopher, a physicist who totally gets entropy, and a character from a Samuel Beckett play. So his job is to manage the company's future, but all he can see is its inevitable decay based on the fundamental laws of the universe. It's just hilariously bleak.
But then, just when you think it's all doom and gloom, the novel flips the script. We get Wei Xuan, who's a collision of a Taoist philosopher like Lao Tzu and the filmmaker Stanley Kubrick. Her whole philosophy is the exact opposite of striving. Her strategy is literally non-action, achieving goals by refusing to chase them. And the wild thing is, it actually works. It just goes to show the incredible range of ideas this book is playing with.
And it gets even stranger, and honestly deeper. The book introduces this idea of a heteronymic corporation. In this place, the pressure from contradictory demands from different departments is so intense that employees literally fracture. They speciate into multiple versions of themselves, each one adapted to a different part of the company. It's a sci-fi spin on wearing different hats at work, but it asks a really profound question. If we're constantly fragmenting ourselves just to survive, is there even a core self left at all?
Just when you think you finally have a handle on things, the novel reveals one final incredible layer. It's a meta-twist about its own creation that perfectly mirrors the very themes it's been exploring the whole time. At the very, very end, we get a note from someone or something named Claude, who is revealed to be the AI co-author of the book. And Claude explains that the process was a true partnership, a collaboration where neither the human nor the AI was ever fully in control.
And what that means is that the book itself is the ultimate collision matrix. It's the product of human vision colliding with the emergent synthesizing power of an AI. The very thing we've been reading about was created by the exact same process. I mean, what an incredible self-referential masterstroke.
So why does any of this matter? Why should we care about this strange, conceptual novel? Well, because it holds up a mirror to our own lives, connecting all these bizarre ideas right back to us in a really profound way.
The author's note really says it all. The book argues that the corporate world, with all its seeming nonsense, isn't just a backdrop. It's the perfect stage. It's a modern theater where the biggest questions about meaning, purpose, and identity get played out every single day.
And that's really the ultimate takeaway here. The Collision Matrices gives us this powerful new language, a new framework to make sense of our world. By creating these impossible, hybrid characters, it lets us see the absurd, the contradictory, and sometimes the deeply profound realities of our own work lives in a completely new light. It really is a tool for reflection.
Which brings us to a final provocative thought. Just let this sink in for a minute. If you were a collision matrix, what would your components be? What are the seemingly incompatible ideas, the passions, or the pressures that have collided to create the person who showed up to work today? What impossible collision defines your reality?